Now you want to stop by that other Goodwill?
Sure. Just really interested in this.
How did he get in there?
You have got to be kidding me. How can you depend? You know, this is important. It is important.
Stop, we'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I have on to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway. We just sway. Now we sway. We just sway. Don't stop now. We're like the river in the sky. Flying high. Don't think we're ever coming down. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I have on to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway. We just sway. Now we sway. We just sway. Levitating with you, anything can happen. What you think we should do? Let tonight begin. We're just flying high, we're not coming down. Come right up next to me, step aside to side. I wanna sway. Yeah, we can dance the night away. Right. Want to dance in the rain. Yeah, I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And now we sway. We just sway. And now we sway. And we just sway.
Get 3.5 grams of apple pie. Or is that too much?
No, somebody said you can have one of their apple pie. Tell your dad that you want that. He probably eat his. My lens is dirty, you guys. You guys watch the sun and everything with a dirty lens.
How does this thing work?
I don't know, baby.
All of this.
So we're in Columbia. We stopped at a bin store just because we were turning around and it was there. And I bought a few things. I spent like 23 bucks. But she says, now we found this Goodwill.
They just went to Goodwill.
You know we love a Goodwill. Alright guys, we are still in Columbia. We went to another Goodwill. I got Thomas some little cars to play with when he's at Grandma's house. Little cloth fabric cars. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. Look at the bottoms exploded out. I'm going to throw it away. We're eating Chick-fil-A for lunch. Thank you. Get you crayons and a coloring page.
Really?
Yeah.
Does this match Whoa! I got 2.
That don't look like this.
got another tray.
I want that one. I already touched that one.
You already touched that.
I already touched that one.
Now you want to stop by that other Goodwill?
Sure.
Y'all up for that?
Junior, are you up for it? What do you got? Whose phone is that?
Ryan.
Well, why don't you give that back? Close your eyes.
Why?
I got something for you.
We just set it down.
No, you gotta give it back.
I was about to play my game.
You gotta pull that up over your boobies too. Needs to be up. Pull it up. There you go. Close your eyes. Keep them closed.
Can I open them?
What is it? Did I get one?
You.
You're welcome.
Open.
Open it up. Let's see what it
Did
is.
you give me one too?
Ryan, can you please open this
Did you
up?
give me one too? Uncle Brown got one.
No, I'm just like...
Uncle Brian got one too.
I can't.
I don't know what it is. It had a unicorn on it and it was fuzzy. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll pay
What is
$2. I think it's like a little journal where you write in the inside and it comes with a fancy pen and some
It's got a Ziploc thing on it. When you get done with it, you can ship it back.
Notebook.
What else is in the bag though?
Oh, this is cute.
What else is in there?
A little unicorn cheesecake. And a fun ruler.
Whoa!
That's all what's in there.
Well, that's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
What was in it?
A notebook, a ruler, a unicorn pen, and something else.
Wow.
And a keychain and a ruler.
It's like school.
Did you write in your journal?
Here's the thing.
So we are still
I found it.
on the way home.
It's on the bottom of my phone.
We figured we might as well hit these places because we're never this way. Okay, so my husband went back in there in the Goodwill. He saw something when we were leaving and then looked it up on eBay and it sells for a lot of money. So he's gonna go grab that. But this was in a grab bag, which was $2.99. I only wanted the book. And then it also has a Presto pressure regulator. So I'm like, okay, it also has a peeler and like a straw and a straw cleaner and some. They had a bunch of these tissues in these bags, so I'm sure they just split them all up and put some in each bag. And then it's like a magnetic Monday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. Why did they do that? My phone's going off. Did I not just... There it is. Like, where's my phone? What is it? Okay, anyway. So that's what is in there. I also got 2 dresses. I haven't bought any dresses on this trip. I just got this green one and this blue one. I was just really interested in this. I thought this was funny right here. How to preserve a husband. Be careful in your selection. Do not choose too young. When selected, give your entire thoughts to preparation for domestic use. Some wives insist upon keeping them in a pickle. Others constantly getting them into hot water. This may make them sour, hard, and sometimes bitter. Even poor varieties may be made sweet, tender, and good by garnish them with patience, well sweetened with love and seasoned with kisses. Wrap them in a mantle of charity. Keep them warm with a steady fire of domestic devotion and serve with peaches and cream. Thus prepared, they will keep for years. Too funny. Let's see, what year is this book? What year? 1972. Those are pretty. Look at them. Why not make them pretty, we said. Quilted crystal.
Oh, that's a big son of a gun.
Well, he gotta be dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead, but I don't want to touch him.
I don't want to touch him either. Put him,
That's mighty. I can't get him out. Unless that was...
He just opened the dryer and was like, oh my gosh.
But see, that's the second load.
How did he get in there?
You know, it makes you wonder if he was like in somebody's clothes. Because all of that...
If he was in my clothes, I would throw up. Cause he's
Yeah, but he
Just a
could
big
have...
grasshopper.
He could have climbed in somebody's...
I didn't know grasshoppers that big.
Hello, everybody. So, vacation's over. And I gotta work. And I'm so tired. I am. It is almost 9 o'clock. But I know there is a few... You guys, I'm tempted to go to bed and get up in the morning and get these done. Let me see what they are and how long they're gonna take to stitch out, because because we were going to bed, well, we weren't, I mean, we went to bed fairly early, but not like super early, you know, earlier than I normally would, and we were getting up pretty early. Like, we got up this morning at 6 a.m. so we could come to work. Come to work, come home. Yeah. But I had to order the 5T ruffle and a 4 size 8 ruffle. This is for one of y'all that watched me. Donna, I think her name was. So thank you, Donna. She ordered first, originally she ordered like a bigger size, and then she changed it to this size, which was good because I hadn't ordered it yet, so I ordered it before I left. That way it would be here. And I actually think her order is supposed to go out tomorrow too, along with okay. I had to mess it. They're like, haven't received my order. Their ship date is tomorrow. They did FedEx. They need it by the weekend, and that's one of the ones I planned on working on anyway. On this one, they need it on the 30th. So because they need theirs a little bit later, we are going to do these other ones first. We got this one and this one. I think there's 2, and then the ruffle shirt that came in, and the other one, and then her other one as well. We will do, I'm gonna worry about hers tomorrow because I don't really know. And you guys, I ordered ribbon from Danny, and I thought it would be here. Oh my gosh, and this other one's, this is what happens. This is like, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, you know, but it's also like, you can't, if you have a shop, an Etsy shop, you have to really know how to work it in your processing time to have some time off, because if you get orders in every day and you have a processing time, let's say your processing time is a week, so you know, well, you don't know how many orders you're gonna get in, so you can't just be like, you know, I don't know, like the one day I got 9 orders in. That is very uncommon for me to get 9 orders in one day, and I got 9 orders in, and they were all due to ship out on Monday when I was gone. And so I had to get all of those 9 orders done. And then today's orders done, Tuesdays. And then also the Sunday and Saturday and Friday's orders. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days worth of orders done and sent out Friday in order to have time off. Normally what I do is I turn up my turnaround time. So if I turned up my turnaround time, the orders I got in between yesterday and today would have, you know, so many days in between, and that's what I usually do. But because it had been slow and I was like, oh, I only got a couple. At that point, I think I had like 4 or 5 orders, and I was like, you know, it's fine. And then boom, we get 9 orders in on one day, and I'm like, how am I gonna do this? I gotta do this. So anyway, and then we get people who need it by a certain date, and they don't technically ask, you know what I mean? Like, not that they have to ask, but like these 2 orders I gotta do now were both placed on the 6th, and so they're due to ship out tomorrow, which would be this. My turnaround time is 12 days, and this has them shipping out on the 11th day. I don't know. I ain't gonna argue with it. I'm just gonna make them, and that's life. And my husband will drop them off at the post, at the FedEx. But you guys, I need to check something because I shipped some packages before we left, and that evening I checked on them and they had not been, like, they weren't picked up. And I was like, you know, what do I do? Like, this person's order. You have got to be kidding me. It hasn't been delivered yet. They needed it by today. By today. And it hasn't been delivered, and they did FedEx shipping, and I shipped it on the 12th in the morning. I never have had the, okay. I knew it. I knew something would go wrong. I absolutely knew it, felt it in my bones. Because when I drop them off, there is a new, okay, so when you drop stuff off at, you know, different places, you get to know the people. Like, if you go to the post office all the time, you get to know the people. If you go drop off FedEx, you know the people that work at Walgreens, if that's where you drop off. And so there was this new girl there, and she was not very talkative. She was almost like shy in a way. And so, and she also was not, I don't want to call her like, you know, anything mean or negative, okay? But a woman was in front of me, said she ordered business cards and needed to pick them up. And so she was like looking, and she said they're business cards. And so she's looking where the pictures are. And she said, no, honey, they're business cards. They'd come in a box. Oh, I thought they'd be with pictures. And she's like, and so she looks, she doesn't see them, and then she goes into the, and she's like, I have the order number if that helps. So she types it in or whatever. Doesn't, what's the name it's under? And she's like, and the woman's standing there, and she's like pointing, and she said, they're right there, right there. And so the girl goes over there, and she's like, to your left a little bit. And she goes, no, she said to the right, to your right. And she's like, no, the other way, honey. And on the other side, so it's like a shelf, right? With like where they would put the whatever. And then they have these big plastic bins that she just looked through with the pictures in it. And she goes like over, and she's like, no, honey, the other way. So then finally she finds it, and she's like, oh. She's like, I was looking for a big box. Anyway. So then she like gets my packages, and I was like, yes, I need to drop these off for pickup. And so she was like, beep beep, okay. And I said, let me give you my phone number so you can, oh. So then she had to back out, she had to put in my phone number, and then she had to beep them again. And then she just says, okay. And I said, okay, thank you so much, like, have a nice day. And I left there, and I told my husband, I was like, something is not right. I was like, she just like, it was like, yeah. So, needless to say, they did not get picked up Friday. They got picked up on Monday. So they sat there all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and they got picked up Monday. And I just specifically made sure I got everybody's order sent out to them, need by the 17th. Let's see about this one. This one's not delivered yet. I dropped them off at 11:24 a.m. and that place picks up, I want to say, they don't pick up before, I think it's like 2, somewhere around 2 is when they get theirs picked up, and the one in our town gets picked up a little bit after 1, in between 1 and 2. And so, I don't know why my leg is so itchy. But you guys, this is what like selling on Etsy is about. It's like in transit. It's like, how can you depend, you know, this is important. It is important. And I know it was the girl. I know they've done that before. And the woman like contacted me, and she was like, I haven't got my package yet, and I see, you know, it's still in this town. And I'm like, it should have been delivered to you like Monday. And so actually at that exact time, we were right across the street at the Dunkin' Donuts when she sent a message. So I said, let me go and find out. Like I said, let me run into the Walgreens and find out. So I went in there, and so I told them that you know, I have a package that was sent, and the lady hasn't got it yet, and she should have had it by now, and it says it's still at this Walgreens and has not been picked up. And so the woman looks, and I was like, it's a purple bag, it's about yay big, da 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 da. I'm looking for my thing, and she's like, yeah, it's here. Are you picking it up? I was like, no, I'm not picking it up. I'm shipping it. And she was like, oh, it's in our pickup, waiting for a customer to pick up. I'm like, no, I shipped that. I mailed that out to you. I mailed that out, you know. Anyway, I was like, it should be delivered. It should have been delivered, like, you know, whenever. And so she was like, oh, I don't know what went on, why it's here, da 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 da. So you gotta watch it, you guys, because mistakes can be happening. Mistakes will be made. We're all human, but you know, darn, you gotta go behind people. And that was the whole reason I wanted her to scan my phone number, to put my phone number in. And to be honest with you, I don't think I ever got the text, because my phone is always in the car. Yeah, I never did get the text, because I'm back to 8. So that would have been, what, 9? 12. Nope. I did not get the message. She did not give me the text. So if these people, I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry, I have no idea. Anyway, this is me fussing, already stressed out, back to work. Hold on, because we need to hear the word of Jesus. We need to so I did read it while I was away on vacation. I told my husband I wasn't gonna miss. And I really did enjoy having his input and stuff. Like reading it to him. So yesterday was the chain reaction of grace. Yeah, so today is Tuesday, September 16th, and this is called Shifting Blame. And this is from Matthew 7:3. Why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye, but don't notice the beam of wood in your own eye? As a kindergarten teacher, there's a lot of kindergarten teachers here, isn't there? Is this like our third kindergarten as a kindergarten? Anyway, kindergarten teacher. As a kindergarten teacher, I get a front row seat. Why do I feel like I read this? I feel like today's September. Did somewhere else it says something as a kindergarten teacher front row seat? Because why is that like so like familiar? You guys are like, I don't know, Pam. Remember she was talking about coffee with a class of energetic kindergartners per page. Oh, you guys, so back on September 11th, and I read the one, Classroom Chaos, and that's what I'm referring to, where I thought, and it's from the Corinthians 4:18. So we do not focus on what is seen, but what is unseen, for what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18. But it was saying that she was a kindergarten teacher and patience is a virtue I knew I'd need in spades, and I didn't know what the heck spades was. So the one evening my husband come down here to talk to me, and we sat there and we had a conversation, and you know, I was telling him about, you know, some of the stuff I had read in here, and I was like, let me ask you, I was like, what does this mean? Read this. So he read it and he was like, maybe like in bits and pieces. And so we had to go, he Googled it, and the only thing we could come up with was, the definition was the spade was the digging tool, which I thought my grandma always called her thing a spade. And then like in card games, right? Spades. But yeah, there's need in spades, in the need of spades, or something like that. That is a phrase, and it means in little portions. Hold on. I never heard of that before. To say you need something in spades means you need, not in portions, you need a great abundance to a very large degree. That's what it meant, not portions. It's an idiom. In spades. In spades is an idiom. I feel like an idiot for not knowing that, but I didn't know that. See, you learn stuff. You learn stuff every day, so now we know. But anyway, we're going back to our story about shifting the blame. As a kindergarten teacher, I was in the front row seat to witness honest answers and behaviors. Every morning in my classroom of children entered, every morning my classroom of Pam, get it together. Every morning, I think I'm trying to read too fast. Every morning, my classroom of children answers and behaviors. What? Oh, I read the wrong line. Trying to be all professional here. Okay, we're starting all over. Okay, shifting the blame. Why do you look at the splinter in your brother's eye and don't notice the beam of wood in your own eye? Matthew 7:3. Have you heard that one before? As a kindergarten teacher, I get a front row seat to witness honest answers and behaviors. Every morning in my classroom of children, enter and have not yet learned to hide their true intentions or motives. The day is sure to provide plenty of opportunities for the sin nature to emerge. One afternoon, Evelyn's hair bow was discovered in another child's backpack. I got a story. It was clear she was taking home this newfound treasure without asking, but instead of coming clean, the child proceeded to blame. It's George's fault. She told me to take it. The quick reply was honestly quite impressive. It took her less than a second to come up with an alibi. As an adult, I know this dynamic all too well. How much easier is it to get defensive in an argument when I hurt someone's feeling rather than to take responsibility? Blaming others tries to shine the light on the other person's sin, real or imagined. So the limelight is off me. It is uncomfortable to have the sin exposed. After all, blaming comes quite naturally to us as humans, all the way back to Genesis, when Adam and Eve created makeshift garments for themselves after disobeying God. They felt shame, exposed, and humiliation, and were attempting to cover it up with leaves. How Proverbs 28:13 teaches us that freedom comes when we own our part. The one who conceals his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and renounces them will find mercy. This kind of honesty is not easy. It requires deep humility and courage, but the Bible promises it will be well worth the effort. John 8:32. Is there a relationship you need to make right? Lord, help me remember I stand in grace today, and to resist temptation to blame others for what is mine to own. Some of these are getting hard to get. I need to practice more reading out loud. So in Journey's school stuff, we used to always like read a lengthy story every single day, so I got kind of like used to, because reading in your head and reading out loud are so, like, I could just, it was zip 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 zip. But anyway, yeah, so they're talking about, you know, owning your sin, like, rather like confessing your sin rather than, you know, they did it, she did it, he did it. But that reminded me of a story, and I'm sure Evan won't mind me sharing this, but in kindergarten, Evan had taken home a Matchbox car that belonged to his friend Gavin. I'm pretty sure it was Gavin. And we found them in his backpack. And we knew they weren't his. And he tried to say that somebody gave it to him. We knew better. And so Evan is such a he can take so much pain and so much, you know, physical pain, but he has very tender feelings and emotions. He's very emotional, if that makes sense. This child had sliced open his hand with some glass, had to get stitches in his hand, and he held his hand out while it was getting stitched up, and he was saying, ow, ow, but he wasn't crying. He was just saying, ow. But if you hurt his feelings in some sort of way, it would be waterworks. So anyway, he admitted to us that he had taken without Gavin's permission, and so he had to take it back. We wrote a note to the teacher. He apologized to, you know, Gavin, gave it back to Gavin. We made him write a letter. I think it was a letter. I'll have to get the story straight. Either we wrote a letter and he signed it or something, and we told the teacher, and we made him apologize and give it back. We made him, and he will tell you that story, that he, you know, and you know, that's the kind of people we are, and that's the kind of parents we were, and we are, you know, it was a long time ago. But do the right thing. So anyway, yeah, now that we got that done, I have to go to work, and yeah, I still can't believe my packages. Oh, that just eats me up. It's like you get them mailed out in time so they can get taken, and then they don't go out until 3 days later. Wah, wah, wah. Hi guys, it has been just a long day. You guys know I got a little, not much of a burn. I don't usually burn. I just assumed this was from being in the pool with Journey. It is 11 o'clock and I am pooped. And so I just looked, and the two other orders, well, there's more than 2 other orders, but the ones I need to worry about tonight, that need to go FedEx, there's a butterfly that needs to go on the ruffle shirt. I think she needed it the 26th. I'll get that sent out, but my plan is to get up tomorrow morning and work on this shirt that's over here. It's the mail, USPS. So I'll work on that one. Then I'll work on the other 2 FedEx shirts, and hopefully I can get all 3 of those done before my husband leaves. People don't understand that these things take a lot of time to embroider out, so I was just down here working. I got one embroidered out in the amount of time I was down here. I don't even remember what time I got down here. But yeah, so 1, 2, 3, those, I want to get 3 before my husband leaves. If I get up, I mean, if I get down here, let's say 8 o'clock, I'll have them done for sure. And then work on a few others. We'll see how many I can get done tomorrow morning, afternoon. And then we will do school. We don't have any food in our house, so we're not going to go grocery. I don't even go there. I need another vacation. Everything is... It's like you look so forward to going on vacation and you try to prepare as best as you can. And then you come back and it's just like all piled, you know. Like our laundry was piled. It's pretty much almost all cut up. That's how good my husband is, you guys. That is how... So we had a full load of laundry before we left. And that's another thing, is that I got a good man. He does the laundry. Like when, you know, we've been married a long time. We've been together a long time. And I think how we just kind of worked ourselves into like certain roles. And so he knows the roles that he has to do and get done, and he helps around the house. He does laundry, he does the dishes, he empties the dishwasher and runs the dishwasher. And the funny thing on that is that he says, I don't know how to stack a dishwasher. I never grew up with a dishwasher. I never had a dishwasher. This is the first dishwasher I've ever seen in my life. I've never lived in a house with a dishwasher. This is the only dishwasher I've ever lived in a house with. And this dishwasher is from 1996. So it's an old dishwasher. Still runs though. Still runs. But yeah, like there's, like he can't cook. The man cannot cook. So that's where I come in, right? So I do like the cooking. I do the homeschooling. I do the vacuuming, the sweeping, the mopping, you know. And so he takes care of laundry. But for them, like he will wash them, and he will not use any fabric softener. He despises fabric softener. I buy little tiny bottles of fabric softener from the Dollar Tree, and so if I wash my Afghans or like the quilts, like any of the quilts, they're getting fabric softener. I'm sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to do it. But yeah, and so he won't use fabric softener, but I have bought, because we don't use it that often, I just have the little tiny Dollar Tree bottles. But he will wash them and he will dry them, and he will like fold the towels. He will, Journey's clothes get thrown into a basket, so he just throws her clothes in the basket. He kind of folds my clothes, but not really. He will just kind of put them, like mostly they're dresses, and he just lays them on I have like a little spot where he just lays them. And then when I come in, I'll either hang them up, or if it's a dress that I don't wear too often, I just fold it. I just kind of fold it up and stick it on. In the closet, I have a shelf where I've stacked up some dresses that, you know, I just don't wear as often, but, you know, I don't want to get rid of them because I like them, and you know, I might have pulled it out and wore it that one day, and, you know. Anyway, so yeah, like pretty much laundry is already back up, and it is 11 o'clock on the day that we got home from vacation. So we had all of my clothes, all of his clothes, all of Journey's clothes, all of Sterling's clothes. We had our beach towels, we had our swimming suits, and we had a load of laundry before we left in the thing. So when we got home, I started that load. While we were running around doing everything else, I'm like, let me start this load so we can get laundry going. So I did start the laundry. He finished the laundry. He got all the laundry done, pretty much. And that's where I showed you guys that big, like, grasshopper that was in our... So he's like, either this grasshopper had climbed up through the vent on the dryer and somehow ended up inside of our dryer, or because we had our towels outside of the condo on the thing, he said, or I had folded up that grasshopper inside of one of those beach towels, because he washed beach towels in that load. He's like, or it was in there and that sucker got washed and dried. It was still intact. It was still big old thing. So who knows, but yeah. So I want to get caught up on vlogs, but my main focus right now is to make sure I get everybody's order out that needs it, like within a certain, like the 20th, which is Saturday, and they will ship out on Wednesday. FedEx 2 days, so hopefully, you know, we won't get any hiccups. Hopefully FedEx will be picking that stuff up and taking it, or I'm gonna be so mad. But yeah, so we do that, get up in the morning, work on shirts. he will take the FedEx ones, because he's got to work tomorrow, take the FedEx ones to FedEx, and I will ship the USPS ones, because I want to go to the P.O. box anyway. We'll do that, and then school, and then we'll have to figure something out for dinner, because like I said, we don't have anything in the house. It's like we have to go grocery shopping. So now we'll be putting it off till Thursday, which is kind of good, because then I just have to get like Sunday dinner, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, and we go back grocery shopping on Tuesday. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give you a big ol' hug. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below. And we had a good vacation. We needed it. Me and my husband needed it. Me and my husband needed to have, because we had our own secluded little room there in the corner. And I was like, you know, it's like, we had Uncle Brian. And so Journey is obsessed with her Uncle Brian. So they were like two peas in a pod, and so it was like it gave us a break to have, you know, although we didn't actually, like, you know, weren't alone, we were able to go into the bedroom and just have like conversations and alone time and read my thing and, you know, and laugh and be us. So yeah, I need to go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Don't forget, Jesus loves you guys. Bye, guys.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Jesus loves you.